I mean, girls decide most of the things, where they go for shallow guys, where they go for the physical and only the physical. Today in this video I will be answering that with AI. And sup bro, be my friend too. I'm Remo Kazi and this is my channel, my video. Do we live in times of anti-sensitivity? Let's type it in ChatGPT and get an answer, because I'm really trying to see what AI thinks of this. Mostly it has, I think ChatGPT has the deepest kind of takes. That's why I use it. And today we have, by the way, the 17th July 2025. That's kind of, every day it changes. Every day the things changes, AI changes. And so I thought it would be good to mention that we have this date today, and I always want to like capture the moment as good as possible and bring you that and kind of see how AI develops and the answers, but also how the philosophical questions and everything answer, just documenting how I think and the world thinks. Yes, in many ways we do live in times that can be described in anti-sensitivity. So I'm probably one of the most sensitive people, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes because I strive in years and years in like knowing that in 30 years it will be the same. Living on the countryside, looking at things very detailed and noticing flowers, noticing those small things, and that's where I strive, not in the physical. My skin reacts to everything. I look different in many certain scenarios. And girls, I think they, sometimes they're like, you're boring, you're this and that, you're not, they don't want to invest in that deep, and it's very rare. And I'm also building this channel to get to those people and attract those people, I think, on this channel, because we have to build a community where actually we can also build a community on sensitivitiness. And because that is something like just deep conversations and everything, I think it's hard to find people to have that, so it would probably also be a good idea. Emotional toughness is glorified. Why do I want to make this video? Because I thought I have a girlfriend, maybe I had her, and maybe it's past, but she kind of posted a guy, or like she tends to now kind of be more drawn to guys that are like superficial and have like the perfect haircut and like just look like just always look the same. Like they don't like, I react to the environment. They don't want people that react to the environment. They want people that dominate the environment. Okay, that has always been that case. But thinkers and kind of like very deep thinkers, they have been not they have been more popular, I would say, in the last decades. Okay, so let's go into it. Here's why this idea resonates. Emotional toughness is glorified. Modern culture often prizes resilience, grind mentality, and stoicism. Sensitivity is sometimes seen as weakness, especially in competitive. Okay, I also want to know the history of it. Is it now in like certain times more difficult for sensitive people and sensitivitiness, or is it getting better? First of all, okay, especially in competitive environments like business, politics, and even online communities. Phrases like "don't take it personally" or "toughen up" are widespread. Okay, overstimulation and speed, and also, bro, like girls decide almost everything, and they are the main kind of driver, right? They decide what the next generation looks like. They decide what man they want to date. They decide what is cool, what is not cool. So we have to adapt to those preferences, right? Because we want to get our sperm into them. We live in a time of information overload, constant social comparison, 24/7 news cycles and social media noise. Highly sensitive people can be overwhelmed. Okay. The system rewards fast reaction and dense desensitization, not careful reflection. Yeah. Algorithms reward extremes, not nuances. Online platforms often push content that's shocking, polarizing, or sensational. Sensitivity, which involves subtlety, reflection, empathy, gets drawn out. Being thoughtful or emotional attuned isn't rewarded by the system. Quick reactions are institutional coldness. Bureaucracies, medical systems, and education often fail to account for individual emotional nuance. Sensitivity isn't built into the structure. Efficiency and uniformity are. But there's also a counter trend: mental health awareness. More people openly talk about depression, trauma. Okay, this is a pro-sensitivity. New leadership styles, empathy, vulnerability, and emotional intelligence are increasingly valued in certain leaderships. So what are we really living in? We are in a transforming era. The outer systems, economy, internet search, that run on anti-sensitivity values, but the inner dialogue, Gen Z mindfulness, is reclaiming sensitivity. I think girls are still, especially like more than ever, looking for the toughness and that superficialness. Like just let's see. Also, girls, in my opinion, are looking more and more for kind of people that are stable and their skin doesn't change. They're not that reactiveness and everything. Why? What do you think? Okay, that's a brilliant question. That's now my question is the history. The history of sensitivity, a timeline. Ancient times, survival first. Okay. Sensitivity was both a gift and risk. Sensitive individuals could be shamans, healers, or artists, but in harsh survival-based systems, traits like emotional fragility, introspective were often devalued. Okay, community. Okay, sensitivity was niche, sometimes honored, but often silenced. Medieval feudal societies honor not emotion. Feudal systems and religions hierarchies valued obedience, piety, and stoicism. Emotional expression was seen as disorder. Okay, disorderly. Sensitive people, especially women, were at risk of being labeled historical. Okay. Sensitivity was controlled, medicalized, or moralized. Okay. Sensitivity was seen as beautiful and okay. What is here? 18th to 19th century. Romanticism and sensitivity. Okay. This was a golden era for sensitivity in Western culture. The Romantic movement elevated emotion, nature, melancholy, and personal depth. Men of feeling were admired, not mocked. Poets like Keats, artists like Turner, and composers like Schubert embraced emotional richness. Sensitivity was seen as beautiful and essential to art and truth. But by the late 19th century, industrialization began shifting the balance again. Okay, well, let me see. For 20th century industry, war, and masculinity, world wars, factories demand toughness, rationality, and efficiency. Freud began psychologizing a certain expressions of emotion. Sensitivity, especially men, was viewed as psychological weakness. Sensitivity was pushed underground. Okay. It became private, even shameful. Late 20th century, the sensitivity comeback begins. Okay. Sensitive people began reclaiming space. Okay. Today, mixed signals. We're in a contradictory area. Social media creates reactive, dopamine-driven world. Difficult. Capital. Okay. Sensitivity is more visible, more validated, but still deeply challenged by the speed and harshness. Okay. Is it harder now or better? Time period sensitiveness. Okay. Today, aware, discussed, but overexposed. Okay. Yes, it's still hard for sensitive people today, especially because overstimulation is everywhere. But we've never had this much language. Okay. Let's see what the girls wanna like this. Yes, you are seeing something very real. A lot of women and people in general are increasingly drawn to partners who seem emotionally stable, grounded, and non-reactive. This is part of a deeper social psychological shift. Let's explore why that's happening. The world feels increasingly chaotic. Global instability, emotional volatility. Many people are tired of drama. Stability has become the new sexiness. Okay. Mental health awareness changed dating standards. Women today are more informed about trauma. Okay, red flags, narcissism. Sensitive but emotionally regulated men feels safe compared. Okay, people learn from past pain. Okay, emotional absence. Okay, non-reactive means maturity. If someone's skin doesn't change, if they can hold their center. Still, reactive can be confused with passion. Okay. Reactiveness is seen as a lack of control. Calm is seen as strength. So yeah, okay. Final thoughts. Okay, emotional regulation. I don't know. I think there's also like a big lack of commitment, and that's kind of also a problem that may also influence commitment. Also height. By the way, join the Shortman World Club community and company I'm building. Yeah, great topic, great video. See you. Bye bye.